So, I'm going to talk to you about the plays that Whitehorse Theatre are bringing to France in the year 2019. For pupils in the secondary school, first of all, a play called The Great Detective. Now, for those who watch the cinema a lot or read books, you can't escape a lady called Agatha Christie. She, during her lifetime, wrote, I think, hundreds of detective stories. And a lot of them are fairly silly, or I think they're fairly silly. And so I took the opportunity to make fun of Agatha Christie's stories, her detective stories. I created a ridiculous detective called Smellsock Foams, and an aristocratic lady and her butler, because it's one of the cliches of Agatha Christie stories that very often the person that committed the murder is the butler. A lot of people say that this play is typically English because of this sort of butler. I mean, I'm English and I've never even met a butler, but maybe, yeah. People do say that this play is a typically English story because it's got an aristocrat and a butler, and see the play and see for yourself if you think that it's that sort of story. And then for the 14 to 16-year-olds, we've got a play that has been part of our repertoire for a good many years because it's about a subject that sadly appears in just about all schools, and that is the subject of bullying. This is something that takes me right back to my childhood. When I was at school, I was at a boarding school, which means that you haven't got anyone that you can go and talk to if you're feeling worried about anything. And there was a large amount of bullying in that school. I was very fortunate. I wasn't one of the victims. But on the other hand, I was seeing people being bullied all around me. And back then, when I was 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, I didn't have the courage to go up to boys who were bigger than me and say, you shouldn't be doing this, leave that boy alone. I wasn't strong enough or courageous enough to do that. And I've always regretted that. I've always wished that I'd felt strong enough to take up the position of showing people that they shouldn't be bullying each other. And so eventually I came to write a play about that. It's about a boy who is being physically bullied. He's being hit and things stolen from him and being hurt. And a girl who is being bullied in a psychological way. Other people in her class whispering about her, calling her fat, although she isn't fat at all. And then I took these characters and I used them in a sort of Brechtian way, got them each to talk from their own point of view. So the boy bully and the girl bully are each given their chance to say why they do it. How did it happen that they became bullies? What is their home life like? And sticks and stones emerge from this. The bullies talking about themselves, and then the watchers play a major part. The watchers are those who, like me when I was that age, see that people are being bullied, but don't have the courage to try and stop it. And so I wrote a final scene about the watchers, because thinking about it, I came to the conclusion that the watchers are the only people who can stop that cycle of violence. If the watchers band together as a group, they can challenge the bully and stop him from doing it, or her. And so that is the message of the play, that the watchers are the ones who can maybe help the people who are being bullied. And then finally, we're a British theatre company. We couldn't do a season in France without doing a Shakespeare play. This year's Shakespeare play is Much Ado About Nothing. It's always been a favourite play of mine. It's a comedy. It really is a very funny comedy about two people, Beatrice and Benedict, who are in love, but they don't realise it. They're both very witty, intelligent people, and they're always poking fun at each other and making witty comments about each other, and so they don't realise that they're actually in love with each other. And over the course of the play, all sorts of things happen. Their friends try and help bring them together, and eventually, well, who knows? I'm not going to tell you. See the play and you'll find out.